So, dear students, we'll be discussing this topic of photosynthesis in our present session, okay, present class. So, let us begin with the first question. The name Melvin Kelvin is associated with, what is it associated with? Is it associated with synthesis of ATP during photosynthesis or release of water during photosynthesis, carbon fixation during photosynthesis, capturing the light energy during photosynthesis? What is the role of the name Melvin Kelvin? What is it associated with? Yes, it's a correct option is C. The carbon fixation during photosynthesis is the right answer. So Kelvin cycle or C3 cycle we call it as, isn't it? So who gave chemical composition of chlorophylls and carotenoids? Like what they are made up of? Who gave this chemical composition of chlorophyll and carotenoids? What is it composed of? So who gave that structure of this chemical composition of chlorophyll and carotenoids? So we have not discussed this in this paper. It's a general knowledge part of it. So the general biology question that it is. So the answer is Will Stater and Stahy, they gave the chemical composition of chlorophyll and carotenoids. So that is what you have to remember. It is Will Stater and uh, Stahy. So they gave the chemical composition of chlorophyll and carotenoids. So the non-polar part of chlorophyll is, which is the non-polar part of chlorophyll? Is it phytol, porphyrin, pyrrole? None of the above. Which is the non-polar part of chlorophyll? So the answer is the non-polar part of chlorophyll is phytol. So remember the answer is the non-polar part of chlorophyll is phytol. So phytol is the answer. So the fourth question, the approximate dimension of chlorophyll porphyrin ring is. What is the approximate dimension of chlorophyll porphyrin ring? So again, this we have not discussed it in our regular classes, isn't it? So the approximate dimension of chlorophyll porphyrin ring is 15 angstrom square. Angstrom is equal to minus 10 to the power of 10 to the power of minus 10 meter. We call it as 1 angstrom is equal to 10 to the power of minus 10 meter square. So the approximate dimension of chlorophyll porphyrin ring is 15 angstrom square. See, photosynthesis is most active in, is it active in sunlight, yellow, red, or green? So the answer is red wavelength of light. The photosynthesis will be the most active in red wavelength of light. So fifth one, okay. So photosynthesis is most active in we should the sunlight you have to take it because they have both blue and red wavelength of light. So whereas red wavelength, it is just one part of it. So photosynthesis, the right answer is sunlight because they have both blue and red wavelength of light. So photosynthesis is most active and A is the right answer. So the intensity of light, okay. So the intensity of light increases 20 times the rate of photosynthesis. What is going to happen to the rate of photosynthesis? Is it going to increase, not increase, decrease, and increase till feedback inhibition? So which is going to happen? See, when the intensity of light increases 20 times, the rate of photosynthesis will increase till there is the feedback inhibition. So once the feedback inhibition comes, there won't be any more increase in the rate of photosynthesis. So they will initially increase, then they will stop. So that is what it implies. So intensity of light increases 20 times. The rate of photosynthesis will increase till the feedback inhibition takes place. Out of the total light energy that is available, out of the total light energy that is available for plants is how much percentage is the total energy that is available for plants of the total light energy. uh, what is the percentage available for plants for absorption? Out of the total light energy that is available for plants, 50% is available for plants. Of the total light energy available for that is available for plants is 50%. One photon is blue light contains dash kilocalories, and that of red light contains dash kilocalories. One photon, blue light contains dash kilocalories, and red light contains dash kilocalories. So what is the blue light zone going to consist of? So eighth question is very interesting, isn't it? So one photon is blue light containing about 90 kilocalories, and of red light it is around 10 kilocalories. So one photon blue light contains 90 kilocalories. One photon of blue light, it contains 90 kilocalories, and one photon of red light contains 10 kilocalories. Okay. So one photon contains blue light of 90 kilocalories and red light of 10 kilocalories. So the most efficient converter of sunlight is it potato, tomato, sugarcane, papaya. So here you have to look into the C4 plant. Sugarcane is an example for C4 plant. So ninth one, the most effective, efficient converter of sunlight is C, sugarcane. So let us see the answer for this ninth one is C, sugarcane, because they have this C4 pathway and they are much more efficient in photosynthesis than the C3 pathway. So the cyclic photophosphorylation is confined to photosystem 1, photosystem 2, both A and B, none of the above. So the cyclic photophosphorylation, it is confined to, what is the answer? What is the answer for it? The answer is 10th one, the A. So photosystem 1. So they are confined to. And the cyclic photophosphorylation takes place in the stroma lamellae. That also you should remember. Okay. For synthesis of 1 gram of exos, for synthesis of 1 gram of exos, the land plant consumes. Okay. Exos is 1 gram of exos is the glucose. The land plant, that is a terrestrial plant, uh, what is it going to consume? Okay. The land plant consumes only one third of the carbon dioxide of air, only 1/4 of the carbon dioxide of air, only two-thirds of the carbon dioxide of air, none of the above. So for synthesis of 1 gram of exos, they have even given the unit 1 gram of exos, glucose. The land plant consumes only quarter of the carbon dioxide of air. It is the land plant is going to consume only quarter of the carbon dioxide of the air. So most of them, these are uh, some of them are the general biology oriented questions. So don't worry about it. The first time you get exposed to it, uh, the next time you might be surely knowing the answer. So it is 1/4 of the carbon dioxide of air that it takes place. It is required for synthesis of 1 gram of exos. The land plant consumes a quarter of the carbon dioxide of air. 12th one, for synthesis of one glucose molecule, the number of ATP required are. So how many ATP are required for synthesis of one glucose molecule during photosynthesis. So the total number of ATP molecules that are required are, so they have given both C3 and C4 cycles. So this is a very interesting question. So the 12th one, so they require 18 ATP for C3 cycle and 30 ATP is required for C4 cycle. So for the synthesis of one glucose molecule, the number of ATP required is 18 ATP is required for C3 cycle and 30 ATP are required for C4 cycle. So that is what is the difference between the number of ATPs required for C3 cycle and C4 cycle. So 12th one, so the B is the answer. Okay, 18 ATPs are required for C3 cycle and 30 ATPs are required for C4 cycle. So the volume of oxygen liberated in photosynthesis has the following ratio to carbon dioxide. So volume of oxygen liberated to consumed. So 6 oxygen is liberated and 6 carbon dioxide is consumed. So 6 divided by 6 equals 1. So the answer is A, oxygen, the volume of oxygen liberated in photosynthesis to the carbon dioxide that is utilized is 6 divided by 6, which is equal to 1. So A is the answer. 13th one, A is the answer. 1 is the answer. So the 14th one, the inhibiting effect of oxygen in C3 plants on photosynthesis is solarization, photooxidation, or is it called as Warburg's effect? None of the above. So the inhibiting effect, that is photorespiration, whenever the oxygen is there, the C3 plants, the inhibiting effect of oxygen on C3 plants on photosynthesis, uh, oxygen in C3 plants on photosynthesis is called as Warburg's effect. So you remember this photorespiration is also called as Warburg's effect. Pick up the C4 plants in the following. Which is the C4 plant? Papaya, potato, maize, pea. So the C4 plant here is maize is the C4 plant. So that it is a C4 pathway which has hatch and slag pathway. So 15th is C is the answer. 16th one, it is advantageous to use a water plant to demonstrate photosynthesis other than a land plant because it photosynthesizes rapidly, it respires slowly, it does not transpire. Oxygen bubbles from cut end can be collected over water. So oxygen bubbles from the cut end can be collected over water. So you can notice that. So it is advantageous to use a water plant to demonstrate photosynthesis other than a land plant because oxygen bubbles formed can be collected over water. So that is the advantage of this having the photosynthesis demonstrated in a water plant than in a land plant. Based on the rate of evolution of bubbles, the rate of photosynthesis can also be uh, calculated. For chlorophyll formation, most important are, so which are the most important components for the chlorophyll formation? Is it iron and calcium? Is it iron and magnesium? So is it magnesium and calcium, or is it all of the above? So which is the answer for it? See, the chlorophyll formation, most important are iron and magnesium. So the Fe++ and Mg++, they are important for the chlorophyll formation. So B is the answer. So 17th, B is the answer. 18th, Translocation of sugar in angiosperms occur in the form of. So how is the sugar converted in angiosperms? They are converted and translocation of sugar takes place as sucrose. In angiosperm, it occurs in the form of sucrose. See, Q10 is, what is it? 19th one. What does Q10 represent? Is it respiratory coefficient? Is it photosynthetic coefficient, photosynthetic yield, or is it temperature coefficient? See, Q10 indicates temperature coefficient. So the Q10, it is denotes temperature coefficient. See, photorespiration is favored by low temperatures, low light intensity, high oxygen and low carbon dioxide, low oxygen and high carbon dioxide. So photorespiration is favored by which of these following factors? Which of the following factors favors this? Low temperature. See, photorespiration is favored by high oxygen and low carbon dioxide concentration. So high oxygen and low carbon dioxide, they favor photorespiration. See, that is the major component. Okay. So C is the right answer. High oxygen and low carbon dioxide. So photosynthesis is favored by high oxygen and low carbon dioxide. Quinones are, what are quinones? Are they mobile electron carriers, enzymes of oxidative phosphorylation, enzymes of Krebs cycle? None of the above. What are the quinones? See, they plastoquinone and other things we have come across. So the answer would be mobile electron carriers. So the 21st A is the answer. So quinones are mobile electron carriers. During dark reaction for the fixation of carbon, the three carbon atoms of each molecule of 3-phosphoglyceric acid are derived from. See the fixation of carbon, the three carbon atoms of each molecule of 3-phosphoglyceric acid are derived from. So where is it derived from? Is it derived from only RUBP only, carbon dioxide only, RUBP plus carbon dioxide, or RUBP plus carbon dioxide plus PEP? So which is the answer for this 22nd one? It's a very good question. So what is the source of carbon? The carbon of 3-phosphoglyceric acid. Is it derived only from RUBP or is it derived from RUBP plus carbon dioxide only, or RUBP plus carbon dioxide, RUBP plus carbon dioxide plus PEP? What is the answer for this? See, carbon dioxide fixation is brought about by the previous cycle product, isn't it? Ribulose biphosphate plus carbon dioxide. So both of them are the source of this three carbon atom of phosphoglyceric acid. So the answer is C. So C is the answer for this, that is RUBP plus carbon dioxide. So both of this from the dark reaction are responsible for the three carbon atoms of each molecule of 3-phosphoglyceric acid are derived from RUBP, ribulose biphosphate plus carbon dioxide. So this is the right answer. So Kelvin cycle utilize for fixation of three molecules of carbon dioxide, Kelvin cycle, how many ATPs and NADPH2s they are utilizing. So it's a very important. So for fixation of three molecules of carbon dioxide, say they are not asking about 6 molecules of carbon dioxide. For fixation of 3 molecules of carbon dioxide, how much it would be? Does anyone know the answer? 6 carbon dioxide you might be knowing about. Okay. So for 3 carbon dioxide, how many will it be? Anyone? So you have to make half of it. Okay, so it is 18 ATP. I have discussed about that even during the class. 18 ATP and 6 NADPH2 for 6 molecules of carbon dioxide. For 3 molecules, it would be 9 ATP and 3 NADPH2. So 9 ATP and 3 NADPH2 is the uh, energy that is required for fixing 3 molecules of carbon dioxide. So you should read the question properly, or else you might end up into trouble. So 9 ATP and 3 NADPH2. For 6 molecules of carbon dioxide during Kelvin cycle, they require 18 ATP and 6 NADPH2. See, chloroplast has maximum quantity of dash in stroma. So see, in the Kelvin cycle utilized for one molecule, I would have told you as 3 ATP and 1 NADPH2, isn't it? So you multiply it by 3 ATP and 1 NADPH2, it becomes 9 ATP and 3 NADPH2 also. So chloroplast has maximum quantity of dash in stroma. Dehydrogenase, RUBP carboxylase, pyruvic carboxylase, exokinase. What is maximum in stroma of chloroplast? What is the answer for it? See, they have the enzyme RUBP carboxylase, Rubisco enzyme, or RUBP carboxylase. Maximum quantity is found in stroma of chloroplast. So the Kelvin cycle takes place in the stroma of the chloroplast. Okay. 25th question. If thylakoids are removed and they are kept in culture medium having carbon dioxide and water and exposed to light, so if thylakoids are removed and they are kept in a culture medium having carbon dioxide and water and exposed to light, okay, they cannot form exo sugars as end product because light trapping device absent, pigments P700 and P680 not linked, carbon dioxide assimilating enzymes absent. Carbon dioxide assimilation cannot occur in light. So what is the answer for it? So they are removed, thylakoids are removed and kept in culture medium having carbon dioxide and water and exposed to light. They cannot form exo sugars as end product because the carbon dioxide assimilating enzymes is absent. That is the answer. Rubisco is not present. See, the Rubisco is present in stroma, but we have just taken thylakoids. So there is no stroma. So 25th, the answer is C. C is the answer. Very interesting question, isn't it? So 25th, C is the answer. Which of the following plant is efficient converter of solar energy whose net productivity is 2 to 4 kg per meter square per year or even higher? So which is that uh, efficient part of it? Can anyone tell me uh, what is the part of it? Wheat, rice, sugarcane, bajra. Which of the following plant is efficient converter of solar energy whose net productivity is 2 to 4 kg per meter square per year or even higher? So 26C is the answer, sugarcane. So they have the C4 plant, and this is the plant whose net productivity is 2 to 4 kg per meter square per year or even higher in case of these C4 plants. 27th, the number of photons required to release 1 mole of oxygen in photosynthesis is called, what do you call that as? Quantum yield, quantum requirement, red drop, Emerson effect. So the number of photons required to release, okay, so 1 mole of oxygen in photosynthesis is called quantum requirement. The number of photons required to release 1 mole of oxygen in photosynthesis is called as quantum requirement. So Kelvin cycle represents one of the following phenomena: oxidative carboxylation, dark phosphorylation, dark respiration, reductive carboxylation. I think you should be able to answer this. Can you tell me what is the answer for this 28th, students? Yes, D is the answer for this 28th. D is the answer, that is reductive carboxylation. So three steps are there in Kelvin cycle: carboxylation, reduction, regeneration. So these three steps are there. So Kelvin cycle, you can also call it as reductive carboxylation phenomenon. You can notice in Kelvin cycle. Hill reaction takes place in the absence of carbon dioxide, in the presence of carbon dioxide, in the absence of a suitable electron acceptor, none of the above. So Robert Hill, so you should be knowing about. So the Hill reaction takes place in the absence of carbon dioxide, in the presence of carbon dioxide, in the absence of a suitable electron acceptor. None of the above is the answer. So Hill reaction takes place. Okay. So none of those choices are correct. So the answer is uh, none of the above. So the Hill reaction depends on electrons released during the light dependent stage of photosynthesis. So that is the answer. So here it is not about carbon dioxide presence or absence of electron acceptor. So Hill reaction, they generally take place in uh, they are dependent and take place whenever electrons are released during the light dependent stage of photosynthesis. So the next one, 30th. So match the name of column 1 with column 2. So scientists with their contribution. So we have so different names of the scientists. Let us proceed with that. So Peter Michel. So many of it you might not have come across. Melvin Kelvin you have come across. So Melvin Kelvin. So steps of dark reaction of photosynthesis. So was by Melvin Kelvin. So yes has to be one. Okay. So there are two choices, A and B. We have to choose between this two choices. Mass flow hypothesis is put forth by Ernst Munch. So that is one thing that we can remember about. So the 30th, the right answer is going to be A. P is for Peter Michel. He put forth this chemiosmotic hypothesis. Peter Michel. P is 4. Q is 3. Concept of free energy was given by Gibbs, and R is 2. The photosynthetic phosphorylation was contributed. This work on photosynthetic phosphorylation was done by Daniel Arnon, and Melvin Kelvin gave the steps of dark reaction of photosynthesis. So the right answer for this is A is the right answer with P4, Peter Michel, chemiosmotic hypothesis, Gibbs concept of free energy, Arnon photosynthetic phosphorylation, and Melvin Kelvin steps of dark reaction of photosynthesis. See, please be thorough with this sort of questions of this nature that you get in match the followings. Even in NEET, you get those questions. So remember about this. 31st, match the column 1 with column 2. Choose the correct answer. Okay. So there are four choices that they have. P, a pigment which absorbs red and far red light. Okay, so main pigment involved in transfer of electrons in photosynthesis is, so which is the main pigment involved in that? Then NADPH is generated through enzyme which requires carbon dioxide in C4 plant. So that we know. Uh, so enzymes which fixes carbon dioxide in C4 plants. So with these choices, let us find out the answer for the 31st one. So see this, there is a typographical error. S should be 2. Okay, in the B is the answer for it, but S should be 2. It is not 3. See, P is a pigment which absorbs red and far red light is photochrome, a pigment which absorbs red and far red light, photochrome it is. Main pigment involved in transfer of electrons in photosynthesis is cytochromes, cytochrome complex, you can remember. NADPH2 is generated through uh, photosystems. NADPH2 is generated through photosystem. Enzyme which fixes carbon dioxide in C4 plant is PEP carboxylase. So B is the right answer. Only thing, yes, you have to change it to 2. 2 it should be. So there is a typographical error. Typing error it is. It should be 2. So B is the right answer. The basic feature of typical C4 plant showing Kranz anatomy is, so you should be able to answer the simple one. So what is the basic feature of this Kranz anatomy? The presence of chloroplasts in mesophyll and epidermal cells, the presence of chloroplasts in bundle sheath cells, the presence of rudimentary chloroplasts in bundle sheath cells, and typical chloroplasts with well-formed grana in mesophyll cells. So the presence of uh, typical chloroplasts with well-formed grana in bundle sheath cells and rudimentary chloroplasts in the mesophyll cells. So C is the right answer. The presence of rudimentary chloroplasts in bundle sheath cells and typical chloroplasts with well-formed grana in mesophyll cells. So C is the right answer. So mesophyll cells undergo C4 pathway, and the bundle sheath cells, they will be undergoing the C4 pathway. So C3 pathway is in mesophyll cells, C4 pathway in bundle sheath cells. C is the answer. So bundle sheath cells without grana, you notice the chloroplasts in bundle sheath cells are without grana, and chloroplasts in mesophyll cells, they are with grana. So C is the right answer. See, 6 turns of Kelvin cycle will complete up to 34th and wind up with today's session. So 6 turns of Kelvin cycle result in the production of one molecule of glucose C6H12O6. Reason, assertion is this: three molecules of ribulose 1,5-phosphate react with three molecules of carbon dioxide to produce six carbon intermediates. So what is the right answer for this 33rd one? So assertion and reasoning they have given. So the 33rd one, the answer is A is correct, but R is wrong. So 6 tons of Kelvin cycle is, it's a correct statement, but reasoning is wrong. Three molecules of ribulose 1,5 biphosphate react with three molecules of carbon dioxide to produce six carbon intermediates. This is a wrong answer. So A is correct, but R is wrong. So C is the answer for third one. Maximum photosynthesis occurs in which of these wavelengths? So is it red, green, very high light, continuous bright light? So red is the maximum photosynthesis occurs in red wavelength of light. So 34th, A is the answer. So we'll discuss the next questions in the next week's session. We'll be discussing about that. So as of today, we'll wind up with these questions. You have any doubts or clarification, dear students? So just let me know. Do you have any doubts or clarification?